Hello everybody, as you may know, I do tarot card readings online as a little bit of a side gig, and I decided, hey, why not combine what I do for a little bit of a side gig with my passion for World of Darkness? And I thought, hey, you know what would be interesting? Would be really interesting if I did a Celtic cross pull for how will Bloodlines 2 go when it comes to that project development. So hey, it wasn't actually like little amusing kind of thing, because what I pulled just like really resonated with my thoughts. So I was like, hey, I have a pretty good suspicion that this is accurate. So a little bit of a self promo over. If you want me to do any card pulls for you, the link is in the description down below. Let's go to the meat of the video, and the meat of the video is how will Bloodlines 2 project development go according to Berta's tarot card pull, which is the picture that you see on the wall over here. So just in case you didn't know, is if you get a tarot reading from me and it is the Celtic pull or any pull whatsoever, what I tend to do is I tend to do the card pull in my little ritual area. I like to do it on the floor. It's just a lot more comfortable for me. I'm comfortable with the floor. It's a nice floor. I have a lot of candles lit. That is what you can see in the corners over here. And then I take a picture of it and I go to my computer, I upload it, then I interpret it, then I send back my client a message with both the picture of the cards that I drew and my interpretation of it. Another tiny bit of a thing about this is, one thing that universe keeps on doing with me is reversing my cards. I always check my deck to make sure that there are no reversed cards in it before I mix, and then I mix and I pull out one or two reversed cards. It really often happens like that, and I go, okay, this reading is definitely legitimate because this is not something that I've influenced. Cards just reverse themselves, which kind of probably means that they want me to read the reverse meaning. The only really confusing bit that happens is sometimes Murta accidentally does a whole reversed pull, and that might just reverse the meaning of the whole pull, and I go, did I hold the deck upside down, or is that legitimate? But that's just a little side note. Because of that card over there, the pull for Bloodlines 2 development was not reversed, and it is definitely interesting, so buckle up if any of the developers are watching. I hope you're gonna enjoy this video. This is just something that I did for fun. Maybe it's actually useful information for you. So the first card that we start, this is a bit of a tutorial on how to read Celtic cross pull as well, is the card for Self. Self is, I copy-pasted description in here from what I explained to people to make this easier. This is the position that's supposed to represent how the cards see you, or how you view your situation, and the cards view both you and your attitude towards the situation. Effectively, it is yourself. That card represents yourself, and completely off topic, whenever I do a pull for myself, it's like Magician, Fool, or the Hermit. And whenever that happens, I always get a chuckle because all three descriptions fit me absolutely perfectly well. So, it's Two of Cups, and it indicates a growing joyful partnership and an easy flow of creativity and good communication. This might mean that Paradox is on good terms with whatever company they're giving Bloodlines 2 to, that the attitude about this whole partnership is overall positive in either the company or parts of the community. Now, the situation is the primary concern that you have about the whole thing, and it crosses yourself. This is the second card that you read. And in this case, it is Judgment. Judgment shows that it is time to review your past choices and actions before moving forward. The biggest conundrum crossing Bloodlines 2 right now is applying past lessons learned and choosing the right path from here on end. Meaning there were lessons to learn. Unless these lessons get learned, we're getting nowhere. The main thing about this whole project is to internalize the lessons of the failures that just happened. Now, recent past is the third card that we're gonna read, and the moment I saw it was like, yes, I tuned into the right energies. This is absolutely correct. Because recent past is 3 of Swords, which means sorrow, disappointment, disillusionment, and grief caused by unwanted outcomes. Please tell me that this isn't correct. Please tell me that I'm not tapping into the right universe sources right now. Anyway, moving on, we're gonna be reading Higher Guidance, which is up here, and it is 10 of Swords reversed, because once again, universe likes to do the one on Murta and make her pull reversed cards sometimes. This represents the bird's eye view of the situation, what you would learn if you looked at the situation as a whole and very coldly, and boy oh boy is 10 of Swords reversed grim. 10 of Swords reversed represents defeat, loss, harsh ending, and inability to move on. The company might not have accepted that they have lost when it comes to this project. An ending may be required. From bird's eye view down to the situation might be that you might need to scrap and bury more of the project than you would like to. I can't tell you what that is. I am not on the development team. I can't tell you what that means. What I'm telling you is that the guards are telling you that if you're looking from the situation card top down, you have to accept defeat, you have to accept loss, and you have to do a harsh ending. I don't think that they want you to end the whole project though, because of like the rest of the cards, but oof, that is harsh. Now, foundational influences, which is right over here. This slot indicates your experiences from the past and lessons learned that you can bring to this situation, and it is 7 of Wands. This card indicates competition and challenge. While generally it is positive as it denotes overcoming said challenge in this context, I think what we're bringing from the past are lessons about facing challenges and standing up for oneself. The game might require firm direction. What the cards are telling you about Bloodlines 2 is that in order for it to succeed, if you're gonna learn from your mistakes, what you want is somebody at the top that's making very, very firm choices. No matter right or wrong, they have to be like set in stone. It is standing up for yourself. It is no buts, no ifs, no nothing. Now, near future lies right over here, and it is 5 of Wands. I don't think I need to explain to you what near future is. This denotes disagreement and struggle to cooperate. Cooperation will be highly needed, but it will be a struggle to achieve. This might mean communication internally in the new company that's overtaking Bloodlines 2. This might mean communication between World of Darkness franchise and Bloodlines 2. This might mean communication between Paradox and the company that's taking Bloodlines 2. Either way, you will need to cooperate, and this will be very, 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 very hard. That is the near future. Moving on, we have Hopes and Fears right here, and I accidentally cut off the card. So just in case, so that you know what it is, Knight of Swords so that you can recognize the picture. I tried not cutting off like their names or their like little numbers and stuff so that you can understand what I'm reading, okay? And I accidentally did a dirty for Knight of Swords and kind of cut his tail off a little bit, so I was like, will people know what card it is? I mean, I will know what card it is, but will people know what card it is? Hopes and fears denotes either your hopes or your fears, your worst nightmare or your best outcome, what you want out of this, effectively. Knight of Swords. This card denotes intelligence, competence, and haste. It shows one seeking rational and logical solutions to a dilemma. It is safe to say that both Paradox and passionate fans want this project solved and released. Effectively, you are looking for a swift, intelligent, logical, good solution to the conundrum, to the problem that you're facing right now. The card up from there, it is external influences. External influences point to events, people, and general energy surrounding the situation that is out of your control. And it is Wheel of Fortune. And unlike the you hear fortune and you're like, yay, money! But no, Wheel of Fortune is there to remind you that events keep on turning and that the wheel keeps on going. Bad becomes good, good becomes bad. You don't stay in a bad situation for forever, you don't stay in a good situation for forever. It's the never-ending movement, though it does have a slightly positive connotation to it. It's a positive forward motion card. Therefore, external influences show the changes that are happening right now and that they're positive and that don't you worry, bunnies, we're not getting stuck in the negative situation for forever, for that wheel must turn. Now, advice. Advice is up here, and this card tells us what you should do in order to arrive at a desired outcome, or at least a future that is not absolutely entirely bleak. And it is 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands shows workaholism. Interestingly enough, there is a need to delegate and ask for assistance. This card shows heavy workflow and an imbalance between leisure and work. It may mean that Paradox might want to hire more people when it comes to the new company that this is project going to. It may mean that everybody in that company will have to overwork themselves to death. Advice is heavy workflow. Ask for help. Ask for help. You don't want people overworking to death. That's just gonna drop the quality of everything down. Yeah, and then potential long-term outcome is the last card that you get in the Celtic Cross pull, and it is Queen of Cups. And Queen of Cups is normally optimistic intuition kind of energy. The only reading out of this that I can get that would apply to the situation is considering the needs of community when making plans. I take that to be a cautiously optimistic hint that if all goes well, the game that we will see may be one that will satisfy the community if everything in here pulls together and moves forward in like a calm and concise and precise manner. So to sum up, we have possibly a community-pleasing outcome. The wins, the change, the movement is positive. Our attitude to self is very positive because there's a fruitful business-like cooperation in there somewhere. However, not only do we need to cut our losses because holy Jesus, 10 of Swords reversed. That is absolutely horrible. We need to learn to cooperate, and like that cooperation will be like the major obstacle. So the wins are favorable, but you need good decision making. You need somebody standing up there and like making very, very rigid decisions. That is the lesson that we learned. But at the same time, your obstacles are gonna be in the cooperation department. I can't really tell you cooperation with what, cooperation with whom, but you guys will need to learn to work together if we're ever gonna come out of this situation. So this has been Berta's magical Bloodlines 2 future reading. I hope this has been helpful to somebody. I hope that this has been helpful for developers or the companies that are gonna be taking the development process. I hope that it means something for you and that this video reaches you. And, well, if you don't believe in tarot, you don't believe in tarot. This has been just one witch's try at helping you to figure out how to move on with this situation. And as for my public that is viewing, I feel like this is a very accurate advice. So thank you, cards. Thank you for appearing to be very accurate. I'm gonna ask my public what they think. Do you agree? Do you agree with my tarot cards? You don't even need to agree with me personally. You would be agreeing with the cards or disagreeing with the cards that I pulled. So, anyways, thank you for watching. If you ever need tarot reading service that I provide, you don't even need to communicate with me through words. You don't need to get on a call. I am an introvert. I completely understand these kind of things. I do this on my floor. I take a picture. I give you a very in-depth explanation. If you need any kind of help understanding what I gave you, you can continue to ask questions, right? I don't just completely stop communication. If there's a question, I will answer it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that I'm gonna see you in my other videos. It has been very interesting to combine my passion for magic and divination with my passion for this franchise. Yeah, it was quite an interesting experience. So thank you for watching and see you in my other videos.